Straight ahead on 12 News, a theft alert in New Hope, what you should know to avoid becoming a victim. Then, after a long road, a Rogers family's reason to rejoice.
We're here and we're so incredibly blessed.
And later, a Crystal woman's way of showing love for her neighbors. 12 News starts right now.
Hello and thanks for joining us. Police in New Hope are warning residents to be aware of mail theft.
Yeah, there have been several reports of mail being stolen in some parts of the city, and Eric Nelson joins us now with more on that. Eric?
Yeah, Alex and Mike, so far the mail thieves are targeting the northwest corner of New Hope. Police say 4 to 6 residents have been victims of theft and fraud, but there could be more who don't realize mail was stolen from their mailboxes.
When their checks were stolen out of their outgoing mail, all their data on the bottom of the check, the routing number, the account number, was used not to cash that check itself, but to make more checks with that account data on there.
Now, New Hope police say catching mail thieves is not that difficult, but prosecuting them is, because it's hard to track the check and determine who initially wrote it. Police recommend that people pay bills or make purchases online as opposed to paying by check. Putting them in a neighborhood mailbox and raising the red flag is a big red flag.
If you can minimize the number of checks you're writing, and when you do have to write a check, put it in a secure mailbox at the post office or an outgoing locked mailbox at your apartment building, something that's more secure than putting it at the curb.
According to New Hope Police, there is more theft now, but less break-ins. These are crimes of opportunity. Besides mailboxes, thieves are also targeting unlocked apartments, houses, garages, and cars. Alex and Mike?
All right, thank you. Well, funeral services will be held Tuesday for the Brooklyn Park man killed by a hit-and-run driver. Seth Bennett died at North Memorial Medical Center this past Thursday night. He suffered numerous broken bones and severe bleeding in his brain. Bennett was run over on November 8th, shortly after 11 p.m. while crossing County Road 81 at 71st Avenue. Police say the hit-and-run driver ran a red light, and they are looking for a dark-colored car with front-end damage. Funeral service for Bennett will be held Tuesday at 11 a.m. at St. John's Church in Corcoran.
Despite losing the election by just 4 votes, an Osseo City Council candidate will not request a recount. Kathleen Getty finished in 3rd place behind incumbents Mark Schultz and Harold Johnson, with Johnson getting re-elected by a narrow margin. Interestingly, Getty has fought to save the Osseo water tower, while Johnson has opposed preserving the tower. And meanwhile, the recount results are in from a closely counted state Senate race. In District 44, which includes southern Plymouth and northern Minnetonka, a recount trimmed the gap, but not enough to change the result. After the recount, Republican Paul Anderson won by 195 votes over DFLer Deb Calvert. Before, it was a difference of 201 votes. The race is a critical one because it is expected to help give Republicans control of the Senate by a 34 to 33 margin. And from local politics to perspective on the presidential race.
People have all kinds of fears, all types of worries about the worst. I doubt the worst is going to happen. I doubt the best is going to happen. My best prediction is we'll probably still continue to see lots of gridlock in Washington and probably lots of gridlock at the state of Minnesota.
Hamlin political science professor David Schultz spoke today at the Golden Valley and St. Louis Park Rotary Clubs. Schultz broke down Donald Trump's stunning rise to the White House. He called it, quote, the perfect storm.
Much in the same way that for Jesse Ventura, it had to be a perfect storm for everything to come together. Same thing for Donald Trump. He had to have a combination of a weak Democratic candidate, an incredible amount of anger in the electorate, and probably having just some plain luck in his media presence, which he's honed for like 2 decades, all came together at the same time for him.
And while Trump won the electoral vote, Hillary Clinton easily won Hennepin County with 63% of the vote compared to 28% for Trump.
The Maple Grove City Council is taking a closer look at youth sports. The city has helped pay for sports facilities used by youth organizations like the Community Gymnasium and the Soccer and Baseball Sports Dome. So officials say the city has a stake in how they're used. A Citizens Advisory Committee has been looking into codes of conduct, sportsmanship, and safety for 2 years. Here is some of what's being proposed. The committee is recommending each organization submit codes of conduct to the city and have a method of resolving conduct violations. They're also recommending a review of how background checks are conducted in each sport and require that checks for coaches and board members be done annually. When it comes to player safety, the report says the city should set a minimum level of first aid supplies required for all teams to have on hand.
The Plymouth Ice Center is getting financial assistance to help replace the arena's refrigeration system. Plymouth received a $100,000 grant from the Minnesota Amateur Sports Commission. The city's ice center currently uses a cooling chemical that's being phased out of production. It'll be replaced with a system that's more environmentally friendly. Plymouth is one of 7 communities to receive a grant to replace its refrigerant. It was a life-changing weekend for more than a dozen local families.
21 children in foster care found permanent homes on Saturday. But as Elaine Cleveland reports, county officials say they need more families willing to adopt as hundreds of children wait to find loving homes.
Bella Perry is a glasses-wearing, building block playing,
Where's the pink one?
2-year-old girl.
She likes to do a lot of dancing and playing around and just giggling and having a good time.
She may be too young to know, but this past weekend, her playmates officially became family.
We've always knew that there was more to our family than just our little family that we had going.
Amber and Mike Perry were initially Bella's foster parents.
I've always really had a heart for that. I just love helping kids any way I can.
Then one day when Amber was 6 months pregnant, they got a call from the county about taking in a 5-month-old girl.
She called and said, okay, we have this 5-month-old baby girl. We literally have nowhere to go. Shelters are full. So we kind of reluctantly said yes, but we were told this is a short-term thing. And
Fast forward 2 years, and that short-term thing became a full-fledged adoption.
it was totally meant to be, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you for taking on this joyous burden, and congratulations to you all.
Hennepin County officials say they could use more families like the Perrys.
We have a bigger need than ever for families to come forward to adopt. We have more children who are in foster care in our system and more children who are freed for adoption.
On Saturday, Hennepin County celebrated National Adoption Day, where adoptions were finalized for 21 children in the child protection system. But the county has 123 more children who still need to find permanent families, the result of an increase in child protection cases.
There's more coming in, more termination of parental rights, therefore more children who are available for adoption.
Bella is one of the success stories, and thanks to Amber and Mike, she'll have a stable life.
There's a lot of days where we're not sure how we got here, but we're here and we're so incredibly blessed.
In Rogers, Elaine Cleveland, 12 News.
Hennepin County is in need of more adoptive and foster families. The next informational meeting is coming up on Tuesday, November 29th at 5:30 p.m. at the Brookdale Library. Coming up, assessing the mood of holiday shoppers, why this year could be a big year for spending.
Then later in sports, action from the state girls swimming and diving meet.
But first, a rain-snow mix headed our way. A couple inches of slushy snow is possible on Tuesday night.
The official start of the holiday shopping season may still be a few days away, and a University of St. Thomas survey finds spending could be up in the metro this year.
In this week's Business Matters, a closer look at what the annual St. Thomas survey reveals about the holiday shopping season. As retailers gear up for Black Friday and the official start of the holiday shopping season, this year is poised to be a good one.
Oh, I'm always over budget. I'm
Gifting is my love language, and I can't help it.
I will probably spend more than I did last year. We have more grandchildren, and it's hard not to spend on them, so yeah.
Those shoppers might be the norm this year, according to the annual University of St. Thomas Holiday Shopping Survey conducted by faculty at the Opus College of Business. The survey finds metro area shoppers will spend $918 per household this season. That's up $68 or 8% from last year. It's the highest amount recorded since St. Thomas started the survey 15 years ago.
I don't find it all that shocking because we've had over the past year, it's been a pretty good year economically for the most part in the United States.
As far as what we'll buy, there's a few categories that tend to reign among the top 5.
I guess with my girls, it's clothes, and my wife, it's clothes, and so that and shoes.
I like buying books for lots of people and for our grandchildren because they keep their value and you can read them over and over again.
Books and clothing round out the top 5 most popular gift choices, followed by cash and a category gaining steam called travel and events, such as plays and shows. But the #1 gift choice is a repeat from last year, the gift card.
I guess the big thing I would say is don't feel badly about giving a gift card. It's the most popular gift.
And whether you're just beginning your shopping or nearing the end, it's worthy to note several Northwest Metro shopping malls are go-to spots, according to the St. Thomas survey. Maple Grove's Arbor Lakes area consistently draws holiday shoppers, but this year, Ridgedale Mall, fresh off more than $100 million in renovations, is expected to draw a crowd as the second most popular place to holiday shop behind the Mall of America. And coming up, a Crystal woman's way of bringing love to her neighborhood.
But first, 2 local teams aim for repeat championships at the State Adapted Soccer Tournament. John Jacobson has that and more coming up next in sports.
Champions were crowned Saturday at the State Adapted Soccer Tournament. A local squad looked to make it back-to-back championships in the CI division. Unbeaten Park Center taking on the North Suburban team in the final. And Park Center gets on the board early. Philip Warzy scores, starting a big game for the Park Center sophomore. Late first half, he'll dribble through the Cougars defense and rips a shot into the top corner. That's his 4th goal of the game. Pirates lead at 5-1. North Suburban cuts the lead to 5-3 in the second half, but Warzy does his thing again and scores to make it 6-3 Pirates. Alfred Kona extends that lead with one of his 4 goals. Park Center wins its 2nd straight CI title with a 9-5 victory. Robbinsdale-Hopkins-MW Tonka met Anoka-Hennepin in the PI final. First half, Anoka-Hennepin Stevie Francis and Tyler Azell there for the first goal of the game. And the Mustangs keep chomping. Francis' quick shot gives them a 2-0 lead. Second half, a good effort by the Robins. Isaiah Joyner is rewarded. His shot deflects in off a defender and in for a goal here. And that makes it 2-1. But Anoka-Hennepin seals it up on a nice shot and goal by Kai France. And the Mustangs beat the Robins 3-1 for the PI state title. It's a 2nd straight state title for the Mustangs. In girls swimming and diving, Wayzata had won the past 3 Class AA titles, but knew it would be tough to get a 4th straight. Highlights from the Class AA meet in Minneapolis. It's a great start for Wayzata. Cindy Zhao anchors the Trojans' 200 medley relay team to victory in the first race of the night. Carly Quast follows that with a record-breaking swim in the 200 freestyle, setting a new all-time mark with a time of 1 minute 47.33 seconds. In the 500 free, Edina's Kelly McCarthy, the winner. Wayzata freshman Linda Zhang finishing strong, and she gets 2nd place for the Trojans. Quast back in the pool, does it again in the 100 backstroke, and she wins gold. Her time 53.39 seconds, giving her a total of 3 gold medals on the night. Edina sets a new record in the 400 freestyle relay with Quast anchoring Wayzata to 2nd place. We talked to the Trojan senior about her record-setting swim in the 200 freestyle.
I was definitely not expecting 147.3. I thought I could do it, but you never know. And I knew that my hard work was going to pay off by the end of the season.
Edina ends Wayzata's title streak, winning 7 events to take the AA championship. The Trojans are 2nd, Minnetonka is 3rd, Eden Prairie 4th. Armstrong finishes 19th, Hopkins 20th, and Champlin Park 24th. In Class A, Visitation wins with 261 team points. It's the 4th straight state title for Viz. Breck finishes a strong second. The Mustang Sailor Hawkins won the diving competition, and Alyssa Phelps was third in the 200 IM. All 3 of Breck's relays placed as well. This Friday and Saturday, the Prep Bowl wraps up the high school football season. Totino Grace in Class 6A and Benilde St. Margaret's in 4A both advanced, and Champlin Park was hoping to join them as they faced Eden Prairie in the Class 6A semifinals. Joey Foltz, normally a linebacker, gets to start at quarterback with injuries for the Rebels. In the first drive of the game, he'll throw to Marcus Hill for a first down. The drive stalled as Champlin Park had trouble moving the ball all night. Eden Prairie scores early. Cole Kramer passing to Kyle Conley and a nice 53-yard pass and catch for a touchdown. The Eagles take a 7-0 lead 5 minutes into the quarter. Number 45, Rebels senior Colton Knight had a solid game at linebacker. Here, wrapping up the Eagles running back Solo Felinenko for a loss. Chad Costello, the Rebels senior quarterback, played some despite a fractured bone in his foot, but was just 3 of 9 passing against an Eagles defense that was aiming for its 7th shutout of the season. And Eden Prairie's running game wore down the Rebels' defense. Carlos Williams' touchdown in the third quarter made it 17-0. Eden Prairie heads to the Prep Bowl, the 23-0 win. We'll have more on Totino Grace and Benilde and their preparations for the Prep Bowl Wednesday starting at 4 on 12 News. And more sports, of course, coming up tomorrow at 4.
All right.
In case you thought I skipped a day.
Yes. Thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, a sign of unity in a Crystal neighborhood.
We will show you how that works coming up next.
And finally, a Crystal woman is helping to promote unity in her community.
Abby Nelson says she is making a conscious choice to be kind and loving.
I feel like every day we have a choice whether we want to be angry and hateful or if we want to be kind and loving. And if you choose the first one, it's hard to do the second.
Nelson and her Crystal neighbors are putting up these Choose Love signs in their lawns. She says the signs represent coming together and caring about one another, something she says has been lost in the past few months.
And I'm just creating a sense of safety and camaraderie at the neighborhood level, local level, because we can't always choose kindness and love at a national level or a world level, but we can in our neighborhoods.
There's also a Facebook page where people can get information to request the signs. Monthly meetings are also planned to talk about uplifting one another and the community. It's a good reminder.
Nice message
Yeah.
on a local level, real
Absolutely.
local level.
That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here again Tuesday starting at 4 o'clock.